Okay, Louisa. I need to sort a few things out with you. I think it's best that we meet your parents before you both get married. I feel like that's only fair. I asked my son about doing this, but he wasn't very clear about it. Is there some reason why this can't be done before the ceremony? This is kinda hard to say this about my own family, but we're quite well known in the city. So I think it's only polite that this happens. I think it's only right to follow the correct wedding traditions, so that we aren't stressing about things too much. Don't you think so, Louisa?
Oh, Mr. West. Good evening to you, sir. Thank you for reaching out to me about your concerns. I do understand what you're talking about. Okay, well, I thought that Thomas would have told you about the current situation so we can do the meeting of the parents because, well, I don't have any. The person who raised me, my uncle, he's currently busy as he's traveling overseas. But apparently he'll be able to make it in time for the wedding, which is good. He won't be able to return home until the day before, so we will see him at the wedding. I hope that we can all have a meal together after all the festivities are over.
Oh, wow. So it was true after all. Wow. I never thought that my intuition would actually work when it came to something like this.
I'm sorry? Sir, I'm not quite sure if I'm following, but what do you mean by it's true after all?
Well, it's true that you don't have any parents, right? That you're indeed an orphan. Is it really true that people like you grow up in foster care facilities?
Yes, that's right. I suppose when you put it that way, yes, they're usually in the foster care system. Things get around really fast then with your family, since you would have heard this from Thomas. I do apologize that I didn't have time to say it all myself, but this is a very last minute that this is being brought up. But what's good about it is that I have an uncle who's basically my substitute parent anyway, so everything's okay.
What on earth are you talking about, you silly girl? You know that I don't really care that you have an uncle that raised you.
I'm sorry, sir? I don't see how me having an uncle as my parent is a problem. I don't have any parents, so someone had to raise me, right?
You of all people should know that the fact that you were more or less raised in a foster care facility is quite a problem. Why didn't you tell me this sooner? I don't know why my son chose a woman like you. It makes no sense. It would be a bit embarrassing for us to have a woman who grew up in foster care come into our family. Didn't you think you had an obligation to tell me as soon as possible? Why was this kept from me for so long?
You think me being in the foster care system is going to make your family embarrassed? I never thought of such a concept like that at all. What do you even mean that you'd be embarrassed by me being in the family? I'm just like everyone else, but I started my life differently.
Well, of course it's impossible to get someone as low as you are in society to understand our thoughts and feelings. Don't you see how embarrassing it is to be brought up in a dirty and broken down foster care system, and then to marry into an upper class family like us? Don't you understand that this is just common sense? Did they not teach common sense at foster care or anything?
Excuse me, Mr. West, but I don't think that's what common sense is. What's so wrong with the foster care facilities? I would have been on the street if it weren't for them. Since my time there, I've completed my education and I'm also employed. I don't see how this is a big deal for you. I was one of the lucky ones who didn't have a problem with the facility I was in. I grew up just fine, so how is there a problem, sir?
Maybe that's just the case for you in the world that you live in. You think that everything is fine. It's different according to my family standards. I should have said this way before now, but I didn't find out about your situation until it was too late. This is very much a problem for my family.
Okay, well, I apologize for not talking about my family matters earlier. I've not had an opportunity to have such a deep conversation with either of my fiancé's parents. I feel like I haven't had much time to speak up until now, so I just couldn't say what I wanted to say about my life and things like that.
I guess the reason why you thought it would be better to hide such matters was because you're embarrassed about your childhood.
That's not it at all, sir. I've never been remotely embarrassed about how I was raised. Besides, I couldn't help the situation I was in.
Oh, is that so? Then I suppose your way of thinking is fundamentally different to mine and my family's thinking. I've got the ability to understand whether or not you'd be suitable for our family or not.
Pardon me, sir, but I don't understand what you mean by that. How can your family's thinking be any different to any other family unit?
You should have known of the situation that you were getting into with my family. If we knew where you came from, we wouldn't be having this problem.
I'm sorry, sir, but I still don't understand why you're being like this towards me. I just want to marry your son with no issues. Look, please excuse me. I need to sort out some of my other business right now. I won't be replying to you after this message.
Hello, my niece. I'm sorry that we couldn't figure out a date to meet up with your fiancé's parents. I wasn't able to come back home due to overlapping meetings, which has been such a pain. But I'll definitely be home the day before the wedding. So once I get back, let's all have dinner together and get to know one another a bit better. How does that sound?
Hi, Uncle Thomas. Thank you for letting me know what's going on. I also wanted to thank you for always taking care of me.
Of course. You're my family, so we look out for each other and support one another. But how come you're saying this all of a sudden? What's going on? Is everything alright over there? Is there anything that I can do before I meet your fiancé's parents?
Uncle, you were still so young when you took me in. You were only in your 20s. It's so young to take on a big responsibility like raising a child. But you worked hard and you created a successful business, which allowed me to live a nice and comfortable life. I can't thank you enough for that.
Okay. I thought something might be off with you. Why are you speaking about this all of a sudden? Louisa, please tell me what's going on.
I just wanted to say that now that I'm an adult, you can be free of me and my burdens. You don't have to worry about me anymore. From now on, just live for yourself, Uncle Thomas. You don't have to worry about a thing anymore.
Louisa, I know that when you act this way and say these things to me that there's something wrong. Really, what's going on? Everything's okay. I raised you because I care and love my family, and I wouldn't change a thing about it. I was successful thanks to the business my brother left behind. In other words, it's thanks to your father that we could live the way we did. But I know it took a long time to get you out of the foster care system. I'm really sorry that it took me 3 years to get you out. I tried my best to fight for the custody of you, even though I was your guardian if your parents weren't around.
But I was fine in the facility. I was able to make friends with some of the other kids. I just want to say thank you, Uncle Thomas, for getting me out, too.
You know, I should be the one thanking you, Louisa. I was grateful that you took the situation so well, and that you overcome all the sad things that happened to you.
But I feel like it's all my fault that you missed out on the chance to get married and start your own family. I feel so bad for doing that.
Actually, I've been meaning to tell you that I'm thinking about getting married soon too.
Wait a minute, what? Have you been dating someone? Is this for real, Uncle? You're ready to get married?
I'll say, it's not because of you deciding to get married though. I won't give you all the credit. It's the result of me thinking about my future life as well. Even though this might be happening, if you have any problems in the future, you can always rely on me, Louisa.
Oh my my God, this is such great news, Uncle. Congratulations on your marriage. I'm really happy that you've made this decision for yourself.
Oh, really? You're happy for me? You don't mind that I do this, do you? It's very much been on my mind for a while. I just wanted to make sure you were okay with it.
Of course I am. We're family, so I'm naturally going to be happy for you. Thank you for telling me, though. It's nice to be kept in the loop. I'm sure we'll talk a lot about this when you get back home again soon. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you. I better get back to these wedding preparations. Please be safe on your travels on your way home. I'll see you real soon, Uncle.
I need to have a little discussion with you, Louisa. So, I've been talking to my son Joshua about this whole marriage to you. We'll not be going through with this wedding ceremony today. It's officially been canceled.
Mr. West, pardon my language, but what the heck are you saying? Why on earth is the ceremony being canceled? Did something happen at the venue?
No, nothing like that. Look, we all came to the same conclusion that it's embarrassing to have a wife who grew up in a foster care facility. So we've broken the deal for you and Joshua to get married. As I said to you before in previous messages, we can't have a woman in our family who embarrasses us. It would affect my business if the people at my company were to find out how you used to live. It wouldn't be a good look at all.
Please just hold on a minute, Mr. West. Are you being serious right now? You're calling off my wedding to Joshua and you're only telling me this now?
Of course I'm being serious, you stupid little girl. It's already been decided that we'll cancel the wedding. If you're doubting what I say, why don't you talk to Joshua about it?
Are you telling me that even Joshua is okay with this happening? That his own father is canceling his wedding?
He told me that there's no point in marrying you. It would be meaningless. It seems that knowing that you grew up in foster care caught his attention.
I can't believe this is happening right now. And he's turned around and said this on our wedding day? Don't you know how much this hurts me?
Oh yes. Well, it's a shock to all of us, to be honest with you. Also, one more thing. You're going to have to pay the cancellation fee as well.
Huh? You want me to pay for something that I didn't even cancel? Are you kidding me? Mr. West, how is that fair when you're the ones doing all of the decision-making?
Well, originally, you hid the fact that you grew up in a foster care institution. You're the one that lied to us, so it's only natural for you to pay us back. I suppose that people that grew up in these type of facilities not have common sense. I thought you would understand something as straightforward as this.
Why are you putting me down so much? Just because I grew up in a foster home? You're just being really horrible for no apparent reason. Mr. West, you have no idea of my story, and what you're saying is too much. I honestly think there's no point in me saying anything anymore to you. Because you just don't make the effort to understand that everyone grows up differently and aren't as well off as people like you. I suppose I'll submit to your wishes then. I'm also really tired of pushing myself any further with this nonsense. I won't stand for it anymore. I won't be letting you charge me a cancellation fee. It's not fair, and I wasn't the one who canceled my own wedding in the first place. It was all on you and your family, so you can pay for it.
Fine. If you're going to be this way, you can take it up with my lawyer. I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't have the money to afford your own lawyer.
Huh? Do you really think that about me, Mr. West? If you're going to take things this far, then I'll also take care of things at my end as well.
Why don't you just give in? There's really nothing you could do about this anyway. You can't help that you were put into a foster home, and in the end, affected your reputation. I'm sorry, but we just can't possibly have someone of your background in our family, so just please pay the cancellation fee for the wedding. Fine. If you're going to treat my niece this way, then we're calling off the deal for her to marry your son too. Excuse me? Who the heck is this? You can't just hijack Louisa's phone and tell me what to do. How rude of you! Who do you think you are? I'd be Louisa's uncle. My name is Thomas. How dare you speak to my niece the way you have been? You've got no idea what she's been through. Wait a minute. What did you just say? This is Louisa's uncle? Since when did you get back into the country again? Let me guess. You're the one who raised her? You're the parent that she never had, right? Don't you think you're a bit late in showing up to this disaster of a day? I suppose you're the benefactor in all of this since you agreed to take her in after she was living in the foster care facility. I didn't know people like you existed. Look, my family talked about it and decided that it wasn't suitable for her to be married into the family. The deal's off and you're too late. So, it's basically like I said before. The deal is also off the table for us too. We don't want to be around your horrible family. How dare you talk to me like that? What's your deal, man? I haven't got a clue what you're talking about right now. I was also planning to get married to a relative of yours, Mr. West. Didn't you know that? I was going to marry your cousin Stephanie. Hold on. What? How do you know Stephanie? What's that got to do with me? Why on earth would she even want to marry someone as rude as you? Well, her and I were supposed to get married, but I guess that won't fly with your upper-class family now, will it? The deal's off with her too. What kind of person would say something so cruel to my niece? Just because she was in foster care, it doesn't mean she can't be successful. I really can't imagine her marrying into a horrible family like yours, Mr. West. So if you'll excuse me, I'm not wasting our time talking to you. Please just hold on a minute there, Thomas, okay? How do you know about Stephanie's proposal? I don't understand what you're talking about.
This is Louisa. My uncle just wanted to say that to you so that he could confront you rather than talk through me.
Louisa, what the heck is going on here? Please explain everything to me so that I can understand what's happening. Stop messing around so much.
So apparently my uncle had decided to marry one of your relatives through the in-laws or something. I also knew of this proposal. Your family used to run a company with other relatives, right? The company was having financial difficulties due to the lack of funds, right?
Huh? Where is this information coming from? How does a stupid little girl know what's going on and not me? What are you saying?
I'll be more upfront with you now, Mr. West. My uncle is actually super rich, you see. He was planning on providing a loan to your family to help with the money issues. But now, because he knows how you've been treating me and putting me down, it seems he's decided to cancel his own marriage as well. I do, however, feel a little bit responsible that he can't go through with this marriage, but I guess it's his own decision, and I'm not entirely to blame, I suppose.
Whoa, we need to rewind back a little bit. Are you telling me that your uncle is loaded? Why didn't you tell me this before all of this mess happened? There's no way this is happening. So, are you and your uncle like millionaires or something? He's not Thomas Watson, is he?
I guess when you put it that way, yes, my uncle certainly is. But I don't see how his money would change the situation you're in right now. I guess this really is a shock to the system for you, Mr. West. My last name is also Watson. I'm surprised you didn't notice that earlier, sir.
You've got to be kidding me right now. This must be some sort of joke. You're just trying to prank me, aren't you? It must be a coincidence, surely.
I suppose it's a coincidence, but to be honest, you just didn't pay attention to the finer details. That's why your family went to him for a loan. Also, my uncle intends on canceling any future business partnerships with your family's company, by the way.
What the heck? What are you talking about? He can't just go and make a decision like that. There needs to be a discussion about this. Look, I had no idea that you had a close relative who was financially stable and knew his way in the world. I heard that you were raised in an institution. I heard a totally different story than from what's being said right now. It's not right to twist this all on me and my family.
A different story? I've hardly mentioned about having no relatives, okay? I only mentioned that I was raised by my uncle. You're the one who made his own assumptions without even hearing the details about where I grew up. That's your own fault, Mr. West. I wasn't abandoned because my parents were poor and couldn't look after me or anything along those lines. My parents died in a car accident.
Whoa, what? You're telling me that your parents died when you were younger? They really didn't abandon you or anything like that?
My uncle was still quite young at the time, so he couldn't take me in right away. He saved up some money so that he could afford to keep me in his home. He also got his business up and running, and it's been really successful in the past few years. Then he came and picked me up and looked after me. After that all happened, I was able to live a happy and comfortable life thanks to my uncle.
What the heck? I never heard that side of the story. Surely that's not what actually happened, is it?
Why do you think I've never told you anything about myself? You were never going to believe anything I said and would constantly judge me for my past. Even if I were to tell you all the details, you still would have fixated a false story in your mind, wouldn't you, Mr. West? Because you look down on people like me, don't you? That's all I can say about you, Mr. West. You're just snobby and think that everyone is below you. You act like you're the best human on the planet.
But it was Joshua who told me that you grew up in a foster care facility. He was the one who led me to believe the things that I did about you. It's his fault.
Well, I did for a little while, so it's true. I can't help that you took it so literally, okay? But I don't really know the details of what Joshua actually told you. I guess the only words that he heard me say to him is that I grew up in a foster home, and then he zoned out for the rest of the conversation. But you're the one who jumped to conclusions and didn't listen to the full story of what someone says. You just let your mind do what it likes. I never said anything about me, my life, and I wouldn't because I thought you would judge me like you're doing now.
Okay, I have had enough of this. That's enough nonsense, Louisa. I get it, all right? You've said more than I've needed to hear. I really had no idea that you were part of the Watson family unit. I wish that you had told me that sooner. If you said that you weren't a poor beggar, I would have let you get married. I'll go and tell Joshua about what you just told me. Then the wedding can go ahead as planned, and you both can live happily after.
What on earth are you talking about? You're trying to reverse the cancellation of the wedding ceremony? Seriously, I refuse to do anything.
Wait, what do you mean? Why would you refuse this? You can now marry the man of your dreams. You can marry my son like you wanted.
You've given me unreasonable demands, barked orders at me, and canceled my own wedding because of your judgmental attitude towards my upbringing. Then you had the audacity to tell me that I needed to pay for the cancellation fee. Do you know how insane those extreme actions are? And yet, instead of taking my side, Joshua put his tail between his legs and follows everything his incompetent father says. Do you get what I'm saying? My love for your son has completely frozen over now. There's no way that I want to marry a man who doesn't stand up for me. It's not happening.
So, does that mean you're not going to marry Joshua? But Joshua can give you anything you wanted. I don't get it. Joshua is telling me that it's fine for you both to get married now, and that you've got nothing to worry about. Just get back with my son.
I've only got nothing to worry about now because you actually know who my uncle is and think that you can get the money that your family needs. I'm not a person that can just go ahead and do something when someone else says to marry them. I've got my own thoughts and feelings, and they're saying no. I'll marry someone who wants to marry me for me and doesn't get blinded by other people's opinions. Therefore, this marriage is over. I'm done with Joshua.
Why are you being so unreasonable right now, Louisa? How could you be like this to my son? I'm giving you a second chance here. What's going to happen to the loan that your Uncle Thomas was going to give our family business?
Were you not listening before? My uncle is also breaking off his engagement, but he does want to clear up the loan issue. He said there's no deal.
Are you joking? So he's not going to help with the financial issues? Doesn't he get the lengths that my family has gone to so that we can succeed?
Oh, he knows, but he'd rather not do business with you after the way I was treated. I think that's fair. I suppose you don't understand what's going on. You're being told this is going to hurt, and I suppose your reputation will be tarnished. Of course, we also want you to pay for the cancellation fee. Since it was your idea and your decision to cancel the wedding, we'd really appreciate your cooperation and understanding.
What? You're going to make us pay for the cancellation fee? That's so not fair. You lied to us. We had no choice in the matter. That's such an unreasonable request. We're now saying that you both can go and get married now. Why won't you take up this offer?
Again, you were the ones that canceled it in the first place, all right? That's why it'll remain canceled. This wedding isn't going ahead. Even though you tell me now that we can get married and that you'll give us your blessing, it's still too late. The wedding ceremony has already been canceled, and I am sure the staff will be packing up the venue right about now. It's what you wished for, Mr. West.
But that's not fair. We're trying to take this all back. Are you really going to make us pay for the entire cancellation fee?
Yes, and you will with no more complaints. By the way, for ruining my uncle's marriage, your family may be asked to pay for some compensation.
Wait, what did you just say to me? What on earth for? I didn't do anything remotely bad to your uncle.
Hey, you know the damage you've caused is enormous, Mr. West. We've done nothing wrong here. It's all on you.
I'm not responsible for any of this. I was misled by my own son, and he made me jump to conclusions. Your uncle can't go and ask for money from us.
You sabotaged 2 weddings. I think he's got a right to ask for some sort of compensation. Just cooperate with us so that you won't get sued.
Sued? Okay, no. This has gone far enough now, Louisa. Your family can't just do this to my family. Please, I'm begging you, don't let your uncle do this.
He can do what he likes, Mr. West. You'll be hearing from his lawyer soon enough, so don't worry about that. Just pay up and you can move on with your miserable lives. Maybe you should go and get some lessons on how to fix your attitude to people who actually matter in society. Goodbye, Mr. West. You're the worst scumbag I've ever met. In the end, both Louisa's marriage and Uncle Thomas's marriage deals broke down. The West family's plans were completely ruined, and there was no way they could fix what they had done to the Watsons. Apparently, Mr. West's family hated him, and he was done for. It seems that he'll no longer have a position at the company, and he'll be forced to retire. He did really bring this on himself. It was going to happen at one point or another. It also seems that Joshua tried to beg Louisa to get back with him. But apparently, she already had blocked him from sending messages to her. It's a mystery what Joshua wanted to say to Louisa. She once again thanked her uncle for his help. It was a good idea that he built up his career so that now they can live a good life. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this. Hey, Sean, can you stop going to Sophie's place every day?
Huh? What are you talking about? Is it bad for me to visit my sister? She's pregnant too, you know.
But I'm about to give birth soon. What if something happens? I'm worried being alone. Can you stay with me at least during this time?
Don't be so selfish. Her husband is away for work. It's only natural for family to help out.
I get that, but you're my family too. Especially since you're about to be a father, you should prioritize our baby. Don't you have any sense of responsibility? I'm worried about how you'll be after the baby is born.
Don't act all high and mighty. You can't even work because you're pregnant. I'm the only one making money.
What did you just say? Is that what you really think of me?
You don't appreciate me enough. She shows more gratitude.
Hold on a second.
What?
I think I'm in labor. Oh, the baby might be coming.
What? It's way too early. I don't understand what is happening.
Babies don't always come on schedule. Please call a taxi. I can't do anything. It hurts too much.
Stop being so demanding. Handle it yourself.
Do something, please. Emma, are you okay? Yeah, I'm at the hospital. The one you recommended. Oh, thank goodness. Are you and the baby okay? I'm coming over right now. I can't reach Sean. Do you know where he is? I think I'm about to give birth. And he's nowhere to be found. I've tried to contact him, but no answer. What? What could he be doing at a time like this? Oh, I'll bring everything you need. Don't worry, just focus on yourself and the baby. I'm on my way. Hang tight. Thanks so much, Mom. I was really scared, and you've made me feel better. I'm glad you messaged. I've given birth 3 times. You can count on me. Thank you, really.
Hey, glad to see you're doing well. I'm relieved the baby's here safely.
How could you? How could you do this to me? You weren't there when I was giving birth.
I couldn't make it to you, but I'm here now. You should be grateful. The cake in the face thing was a surprise gift from my sister and me. Sure, you got covered in cream, but it was fun, right? Just wash it off.
The only ones who had fun were you and your sister. My clothes are ruined and I can't get the chocolate smell out of my hair. Good thing the baby was in another room.
Yeah, the chocolate cake made it look like someone took a massive dump in the room. It looked crazy.
You guys are the worst. Wasting food and humiliating me like that? Do you even care about how you're treating me? Do you care if something happens to me? Your sister is crazy too.
You're overreacting.
I can't believe she'd do this as a mother herself.
I can't believe that you're so ungrateful. No kisses, no thank yous. I went out of my way to get that cake for you. You should have laughed it off. You're such a buzzkill. If I knew you were this boring, I wouldn't have had a kid with you.
Why would you say that to me? You're an awful person.
Am I? You're such a dramatic person. And your face as you whined and cried was hilariously ugly.
Mom, I can't take this anymore. I just heard from the hospital. I'm coming to you right now. You don't need to come. I don't want to bother you. Don't worry about it. I'm so sorry for my foolish kids. I can't believe they did that to you. My son's always been difficult, but my daughter used to be such a sweet girl. Well, since her husband transferred, he's been with his sister every day, acting like I don't matter. I knew they were close when we got married, but this is too much. I'm on your side, sweetie. We haven't known each other long, but I see you as my own daughter. It's my fault for raising those two idiots the way they are. I won't forgive them. I'm sorry for all the pain you've endured. No, thank you for always caring about me. I've made up my mind. I won't hesitate anymore. Sean, what's with the mess in this house? You knew I was coming home today, and you're not even here.
What? You're already nagging the minute you're back. You're a housewife, right? Cleaning is your job. If there's trash piled up, it's your fault for not doing it.
I see. So you have no intention of helping me?
I'm helping my sister. I have to cook and clean for her here. She's in a lot of pain and can't move. You can move and do chores, so stop whining.
Who's the one being spoiled here? Your job isn't just at the company. Taking care of your sister doesn't mean you've fulfilled your family duties. Don't be ridiculous. You're just an employee. I'm a supervisor. I worked up until almost giving birth and trained new staff, too.
Huh? Of course the capable one should do more. Don't think you're the standard. I'm doing my best in my own way. You should just appreciate my efforts. You're so ungrateful.
You have no remorse at all, do you? Not even trying to show it. One last time, are you going to apologize?
Not at all.
Fine. You're no longer family. Never come near us again.
What? What do you think you are to say that?
I didn't raise you with such horrible manners. Who do you think you are?
Huh? Who is this?
I'm your mother. I've been here with Emma, helping her back into life at home. Something you are supposed to be doing. Have you no shame? Ugh, I am so disappointed in you.
Where have you been watching us from?
I have been watching since she started messaging you. And as you know, I have Emma's phone. I can't believe I raised such a rotten son. I feel like I should apologize for bringing you into this world.
Damn, she told on me and you got on her side?
Told on you? The hospital contacted me. They said Emma was crying loudly, covered in chocolate. They couldn't reach you and her parents live far away, so I stepped in.
What? The hospital should have just kept quiet and just cleaned up.
It was a big issue. She has a dairy allergy and her skin got inflamed. If she had ingested it, who knows what could have happened? You knew that, didn't you?
I didn't care. Sophie asked for the cake. If you want to complain, talk to her.
You were the one who threw the cake at Emma. You don't get it. The moment you did that, your life as you knew it ended.
Wow, what kind of mother says that to her son?
I don't consider you my child anymore. I am cutting ties. Emma wants a divorce. I've already explained and apologized to her parents. I also spoke with Sophie's husband.
Isn't that a bit extreme?
The only ones who think this is a joke are you and Sophie. Don't ever come near our house again.
Hey, wait. Hey, bitch, why does everyone at work know about us?
What? I told you not to contact me anymore.
I don't care about what you want.
Well, I don't care about you either. Please don't contact me.
You've ruined my reputation at work. My coworkers are insulting me, and even my boss is distancing himself from me. I'm a salesman. Trust is everything, and you've destroyed that for me.
That's not my fault. You were already a mess before.
What? How dare you? I don't need to hear anything from a woman who bleeds from between her legs every month. It's disgusting. My sister barely bleeds at all, but you bleed so much. Are you faking it? You're a dirty little whore.
You are so ignorant. Let me fill you in on a little secret.
What are you talking about?
Your mom told me a while ago. You and Sophie aren't biologically related. She's your stepdad's kid.
So what?
Our mom raised you and Mary like real siblings. But it seems only your parents thought that way.
What are you getting at?
Sophie's husband has always been suspicious of you two. 6 months ago, he hired a detective while he was away on a business trip. He was sure you two would mess up while he was gone.
What are you saying?
I can hear your heart racing. I know everything. 2 months after he left on his trip, Sophie got morning sickness and found out she was pregnant. But the timing seemed off. Her husband said he was too busy to spend time with her before the trip. Meanwhile, you kept going to her place even when I was 7 months pregnant. I wonder why.
That's...
The baby is yours, isn't it?
What makes you say that?
I saw the photos her husband sent. You and Sophie on dates while I was at home struggling with chores.
I was only trying to cheer her up.
That was before she knew she was pregnant. Here are photos of you two entering a hotel as well.
We went to the hotel restaurant for lunch.
Leaving your pregnant wife at home? You can't talk your way out of this. If you wanted to be with her so badly, you should have just gotten married to her. What were you trying to achieve by involving me and her husband?
It would be frowned upon by the public. You two were the front.
So basically, you wanted a convenient servant. That's why she married a guy who moves around a lot, leaving her at home. You found excuses to go to her place every day, left all the house stuff to me, and didn't even bother to help with parenting.
Yeah, that's right. You're such a pain, you know that? If you had just kept quiet, everything would have gone smoothly. Should have shoved that cake right into your mouth instead of your face. Then you wouldn't have had the guts to talk back like this. Ah, missed my chance. I've lost my job, I've been cut off by my parents, and I can't stay in this town anymore. But it's fine. I'll take a demotion or whatever and go to a different branch. I'll live with her there. It won't be easy, but we'll manage somehow.
It's not that easy. I'm not letting you two off the hook.
What do you mean?
First off, I'm going to demand compensation for your affair. And I've got plenty of evidence to prove it, and you'll pay up.
Huh? Why should I have to pay for that? It's a family matter.
That's irrelevant. Cheating is cheating. You'll pay the child support all at once.
All at once? You want me to take on debt?
Blame yourself for not managing your savings properly. And you'll compensate for the hospital cost as well.
You're annoying to the very end. You should learn from my mother. She raised me all by herself.
Yeah, heard that a million times.
She worked hard. She could work, do house chores, and even forgive my mistakes. And when I became an adult, she remarried and brought home the best woman. That's how women should be. Compared to that, you're just a pig in human form, making a fuss all the time.
Shut it, you jerk. Mom didn't work hard just to fulfill your desires. She did her best to make sure you grew up right. With your rotten brain, you can't even make decent judgments. You have failed her.
What did you say, bitch?
You received so much care. Having a child like you is pitiful for a parent. Your mom deserves sympathy. I'm filing a complaint. You'll be sued for assault as well.
Huh? Assault?
You threw a cake with whipped cream on it at me, knowing my allergies. That's why my skin had an allergic reaction and turned all red. That's clear assault.
You're doing too much, aren't you? As long as everything's okay, it's fine.
No way. I'll never forgive you, ever. It became a big deal at the hospital, and it seems like the media caught wind of it too. I spilled everything to the reporters about the cake incident and your affair, so good luck.
What are you talking about? How could you?
You're at Sophie's place now, right? I gave her address to them too, so someone's probably on their way.
Wait a second. The doorbell's been ringing nonstop and I can hear voices outside. There are people with cameras. Hey, do something. Retract your statement.
You know, if this makes TV, you'll be famous. There'll be no hiding for you. No happily ever after story either. Tough luck, I guess.
This is too much. Hey, listen, Emma.
Emma, did you see the TV? Yeah, I never expected him to throw food at the reporters surrounding the house. Now it's all over the internet and his personal information is out there too. How did it come to this? Oh, I guess I raised him wrong. You did your best as a mother. They say upbringing matters, but I think personality matters more. What happened to him is his own fault. I don't feel sorry for him at all. Even though I'm his parent, I'm pretty cold-hearted too, I guess. Even though I'm his ex-wife, I don't feel guilty at all either. His crying face was so pathetic and funny. I divorced him right away and got a lump sum of alimony and child support. Sophie's husband also divorced her and apparently demanded alimony too. I also filed a report and asked for additional fines. Sean got fired from his job due to the affair and the attack on the reporters. His face and name got all over the internet after the TV report, and even where he and Sophie fled to, they're treated poorly by many. He can't find a job, and now he's living day to day in an internet cafe. I'm worried about their child, but even if it's tough, their grandmother said she'd take the child if necessary. As for me, I'm currently living happily with my young daughter, and I'm planning to return to work soon. The benefits are good, so I feel reassured about raising her.
Hey,
Who's this?
it's Roman.
Hi, Roman. Did something happen?
Yes, your employees didn't say hi to me. I came all the way here to visit the construction site. Don't they have common sense?
Oh, I'm so sorry for that. Maybe they were busy or doing other tasks when you came in. My employees are usually very friendly and courteous.
They were clearly ignoring me on purpose. You should train them better.
Oh, are you sure? I never got any complaints from anyone, so I don't think they did that.
Excuse me? Look, if they decide to ignore me next time, I will do something. And I mean it. Anyways, where the hell are you?
I'm actually about 80 feet from the ground right now. You should see me from there.
Isn't it common sense for the leader to greet me first?
I didn't know you were coming.
I sent you an email.
I would have appreciated if you'd called the office also.
Are you talking back at me?
No, I just said that if you did, I would have reminded all of my employees and greeted you first.
You should always be prepared, whether I come or not. Also, my company is your main contractor. So if you argue with me, I can tell my boss anytime and crush this place. So you better apologize to me now.
Oh, please don't do that. Sorry about everything and talking back.
Hey, here's a better idea. Why don't you stop texting and come down?
I'll be there in less than a min.
Seriously? Are you going to make me wait? Why don't you jump off or something?
I won't do that, but I will sprint. Sorry for making you wait.
Hurry up! Oh my god, you're so useless! Who do you think is feeding you? Can't believe a woman is in charge. I also never heard the words, thank you, from you.
Your company is, and I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I have a question though. What's wrong with a woman being a leader? There are lots of women who are leaders now.
Because other women have common sense, are respectful, make good decisions, are trusting. I can go on and on with this list. Basically, something you aren't.
Do you even know me to say things like that? This is our 5th time meeting.
Look, if you want to argue, I'd be happy to terminate the contract right now.
What? No, oh, please don't do that. Our employees won't be able to make a living.
That doesn't matter to me, because if that happens, it's going to be your fault. By the way, wasn't the construction a little slow today? Can you explain to me about that?
Well, one person is absent due to illness.
Seriously? Why didn't you tell me about it earlier?
Oh, did you want me to?
Yes. If there's a delay, it affects our company. So tell that person to come to work right now. Male or female?
Male?
Tell me his name.
Why do you need to know?
Just tell me. You can't listen to me?
His name is Jackson.
Jackson Verlies?
Yes?
I'm going to visit him from now, because I want to know what he's doing. I bet he's playing video games.
No, he's not. He's really sick.
How do you know that? He might be faking it.
Because I trust my employees.
That's bullshit. You hire failures who usually don't get hired anywhere, right? Like juvenile delinquents, right?
There are no failures. I hired them because they were passionate about this job. I don't judge people because of their backgrounds.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, maybe you can give us a hand? This construction can be done on time and won't affect your company.
Sorry, too late. I already left to check on this slacker. Hey, Allison! Why is Roman at my house?
Ugh, I'm so sorry about that. He wanted to check what you're doing since you took off work today. He's just there to waste time, so you can just ignore him. You can tell him that you're at the hospital or something.
I actually answered the intercom by accident.
Ugh, I'm so sorry. I should have kept my mouth shut, but if I did, you guys would have lost your jobs, and I didn't want that to happen. What is he saying?
I understand. If I was in your position, I would have done that same thing. Hey, I really appreciate what you've done for me in the past, so don't worry about it. He said, "Let me in right now," while banging on the door.
Thanks, Jackson. Wow, really?
Yeah, it's an apartment, so there are other people too. Give me a break.
You didn't let him in, right?
I did, because he was repeating that he was going to fire me in a really loud voice. I'm in the bathroom now, actually.
Ugh, what a disgusting person. This is harassment, so can you save the intercom video and possibly what he's about to say to you from now? If you feel sick, you don't need to do that, okay? I don't want your cold to get worse.
Sure. I actually have a pocket camera, so I will record everything. I really don't care if my cold gets worse, because he's been doing terrible things to people at our company. So I want to take revenge on him.
Oh, please take it easy. What? Like what?
He forcefully asked a few female workers for their numbers, mixed citric acid in our drinks, saying it's a prank, purposely putting things in the way so someone can fall so he can laugh about it, and so on.
That's terrible. I didn't know about this. Why didn't you tell me?
I couldn't, because he told me that if I told you, this might become a big deal, and he would terminate the contract. Everyone, including me, is very thankful of you, so I didn't want that to happen.
Listen, my employees' lives are the most important thing for me.
Thank you, Allison. I'm so happy that you're my boss. Anyway, I need to go talk to him now.
Oh, thanks, Jackson. Be careful, okay? Just pretend to listen to him and focus on recording. I'm gonna start gathering evidence what he has done at our company so he can get fired.
How nice would that be? I will definitely help you. Well, after I get well, though.
Actually, I might ask you to do something for me. I'll let you know soon. Please, just get well soon, okay? I'm gonna be twice as busy now because I have to research and monitor this asshole when he comes here.
Sure, please, ask me anything. I will take care of him today, so you can focus on your job.
Thank you very much. Did he talk to Roman?
Yeah, I did. He attacked me. He yelled at me, pushed me, threw stuff at me, and punched me. Sorry I couldn't text you.
What? Are you serious? Are you okay?
Yes, I actually did it on purpose, because I don't want any other employees to experience this. Plus, I got it on camera. I need to take at least 3 days off from work, if that's okay with you. I'm pretty hurt.
Of course you can. Actually, you can come back until you're fully recovered. I'm so sorry that I couldn't help you. Oh my god, I feel so terrible right now.
That's okay. I need to pay my bills so I can go back to work within 3 days.
This company has paid leave, so you'll still get paid even if you take off from work, so please rest until you're fully recovered, okay?
Thank you, Allison.
I'm so pissed right now. I'll make sure to take revenge on him. Not physically, but in a legal way. You have the evidence, so it'll be easy.
Can you tell me when you'll tell him?
Sure, I'll send you screenshots. Anyways, hey, if you need anything, reach out to me anytime, okay?
Please do. It's a good way to kill time. Thank you.
Roman, where the hell are you? Are you serious? You hurt Jackson and now Amanda?
I'm on my way back to my company. Sorry, that was an accident.
You call that an accident? She could have broken a bone or suffered from a brain injury.
All I did was kick the ladder because Jackson pissed me off yesterday. Plus, your employees ignored me again. It's 20 feet, so it's not a big deal. I was okay when I once fell. I was surprised that you dived in to catch her.
You didn't tell us that you'd be coming in today, too. She sprained her ankle, so I brought her to the hospital. I also need to be checked, too.
So what? Didn't I tell you yesterday that you should always be prepared, whether I come or not? Seriously? Tell her to shake it off and go back to work. You too.
Are you serious? Okay, you know what? You just crossed the line by hurting her.
I just told you that this was an accident. It's her fault because she was in the way.
She was just doing her job.
Yeah? Well, an incompetent worker deserves that anyways. Don't you think so?
She's an excellent worker, Roman. You're such an ass. You should be prepared for what's coming.
What did you just say? Remember that we are your main contractor. If you report about this, I can terminate the contract right now.
Go ahead. You'll face problems, though.
I would like to see that.
I just filed a damage report.
You what?
You heard me. I asked one employee to file it for me because you hurt Jackson and Amanda, and I know that there are other victims other than them.
Who filed it?
I don't need to tell you.
You can't listen to me? You guys are subcontractors, so you need to listen to me.
Do you have anything else to say besides that?
Excuse me? Are you making fun of me? Okay, you know what? I will terminate the contract right now. Too bad you just ruined your employees' lives. You guys will probably need to live on the streets. I feel bad for you guys.
Talk all you want, but the damage report has already been filed.
Bitch, I will make your life a living hell!
Aren't you at the bottom position at your company, though? Are you in the position to decide what you want to do with the contract?
Bottom position? I'm the #1 employee that the company is counting on. So yes, I can decide what to do.
If you do, you need a valid reason to terminate the contract, you know. Do you have one?
Yes, I do. You blamed everything on me, even though it was only an accident.
Because it is, and it was not an accident. It was an assault.
No, it's not. Hey, I'm done talking. So can I call my boss right now to notify about terminating the contract with you?
I don't think that a big company would go for that just for one employee.
Like I said, I'm the #1 employee. So he will probably listen to me.
Actually, you don't need to do anything because I'll terminate the contract from my end. How does that sound? I'm tired of your bullshit.
Seriously?
Yes. You have no complaints towards that, right?
Are you sure about this?
Yes, why not? I'll just find another contractor.
I don't think there are other companies that are going to be one because your company is small. Well, that doesn't matter to me though. Good luck.
It's true that we're a small company, but since you became our ad, we're gonna get flooded with orders.
What the hell are you talking about? Ad?
I think it's called viral marketing. Thank you very much.
I'm so confused right now.
Check your name on social media.
WTF? Why are there videos of me? Who took these?
My important employees. They recorded every time you did something to them because they thought it would come in handy later on. They're smart, right?
Hey, this is just a communication between workers. Plus, this is an invasion of privacy to post it on the internet.
You can sue me if you want to. It's just gonna be a waste, though.
What?
Your info. It's already leaked.
Damn it, my name and pictures are shown. Also, the screenshots of the conversation we had.
Yeah, and? Are you gonna sue me?
That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to call my boss right now to sue you. We are one of the biggest companies in the industry, so we can easily crush a small company like yours.
Oh, you didn't hear anything? You're getting fired.
What?
Your boss called me 20 minutes ago and said that he would like to keep the contract because it would be a huge loss if we terminate with them. But I told him that I don't want to work at a company that has a scumbag like you, so we agreed to continue the contract and fire you.
The company agreed to that?
Yeah, they did without any hesitation, so you're done. They were gonna fire you anyways, even though this didn't happen because you got a lot of complaints.
What? Seriously?
So, I guess we're strangers now, so I don't need to talk to you anymore. Thank God.
The company will never abandon me. They need me.
If you don't believe me, why don't you go talk to them?
I will! You don't need to tell me that!
Hey, Jackson, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. Thank you so much for the screenshots. He hurt Amanda too? Seriously?
Yeah, she has a sprained ankle, but she should be okay.
Wow, he is such a disgusting person. I want to punch him in the face if I see him somewhere.
I understand how you feel, but if you choose violence, you'll be on the same level he is.
True. Sorry for being pissed.
It's okay. Hey, thank you so much for uploading videos on social media. I remember you telling me that you were good with computers, so that's why I asked you. You even put subtitles on it.
No problem. It was a piece of cake for me. Plus, I enjoyed doing it. This was a brilliant plan. That's the only thing I can do, though. I also thank everyone for sending me videos. I'm surprised that everyone had one each.
I should have installed security cameras so that I could have caught even more evidence, though. That's more than enough. I'm not good with computers, so I really appreciate it. Yeah, Roman was being such a dick from the beginning, so everyone had their guard up.
Don't blame yourself. Phones have higher resolution and more details. Good for them. I want to know how he got hired in the first place.
That's exactly what I thought, too.
What's he doing now?
He's talking to his boss and probably begging to stay.
Wow. He's wasting his time. He should just give up and quit.
Yeah, exactly. His boss didn't care about him or his excuses.
What's going to happen next? I want to know.
Not sure, but I'll definitely keep you updated.
Hey, Allison, can I go there from now?
Why?
When I returned to the company, my boss told me to go apologize to you.
Of course they'll say that. You should have apologized to me a long time ago. I'm not gonna accept the apology even if you come here. I don't want to see a scumbag like you ever again.
Please? My parents are sick of me, and I need to rebuild their trust.
Okay, and? So the apology is not for me and my employees. Also, it's not for your company?
Sorry, the apology is for everybody involved.
I don't believe that at all. You just want to save yourself, right? I'm not gonna listen to you. I have an idea. Why don't you just turn yourself to the police instead of coming here?
Police? Why?
For causing an injury for 2 of my employees. I actually have both caught on video.
Causing an injury? I didn't do anything to Jackson, and Amanda just sprained her ankle. Stop exaggerating the story.
You threw stuff and punched Jackson, and did you just say just? If I didn't catch her, she would have broken her leg or suffered from a brain injury. Also, I know that you did something to my employees, so each of them is going to sue you.
What the hell did I do?
You'll eventually know. Let me think. All the fees for assault and harassment. Wow, I can't imagine how much that's going to be.
Wait, I will apologize. I was really happy to get a job at a big company, so I just got carried away.
Too late. You should have thought about the consequences you'll face before you did something. You didn't deserve to work for a big company or any company at all.
Please give me another chance. I know I made a mistake and learned from it.
Do you want to come work at my company?
Seriously? Really? May I?
Yes.
Thank you so much. I knew you're really nice. I'm not going to cause any trouble and work extra hard.
Actually, you know what? Maybe not, because you don't like the fact that a woman is in charge, right? He got charged with assault and harassment and had to pay fine and compensation for almost all of the employees with a total of $20 million. He drowned in debt, unable to pay even his rent, so he got kicked out of his house and is now living on the streets. He can't even find a new job because of his criminal record and being viral on social media. On the other hand, this incident has raised my company's profit, and we're now one of the biggest companies in the industry. I know it's a bad way, but he deserved this because he treated my employees like shit. Jackson and Amanda are completely healed and came back to work. As a boss, I'll continue to protect my employees whatsoever.